month and a half until summer. If you think it is too late to get those extra few pounds off, you are wrong. In fact, if you listen to exactly what I say in this video, you'll probably lose more than a few. I did. It took me a month. I initially gained 40 pounds about 8 years ago. I have struggled and battled with PCOS. My PCOS actually ended up turning into me becoming pre-diabetic. And then I was put on diabetes medication to try to correct the problem without fixing my diet and my exercise and my lifestyle. Well, boy, was that a mistake. Medication may have helped correct some of my hormone imbalances, but the side effects that it caused me were not worth it at all. So I lost weight in a way that agreed with my hormones. I ended up losing 40 pounds. Then I had finally hit my first plateau. I have tried all different things over the course of 8 years to lose more weight. What ended up working to break my plateau with my hormone issues was what I did in the first place to lose that 40 pounds. So we are going to spill the tea. If you listen to exactly what I say in this video, 90 to 100% accurately, you will lose weight in this month and a half until July. If I had to guess, at least 10 pounds. If you follow what I say, at least 90% accurately until then. But before we begin, hi guys, my name is Maria. This is a self-improvement channel. I've been on quite the weight loss journey over the years, struggling with my hormones, trying to figure out what works and what's the best for my body. So I would like to share what I've learned over the years with you so you could save time on your journey. And if you like anything that I said in this video, if you learned anything, I would really appreciate a follow and a like on this video so I can continue to make more content. So right now when I'm shooting this, it's May. I started initially trying to lose weight again in December, but until I did these things, the weight was again not really moving and I was kind of getting back into a plateau despite I've taken a calorie deficit break for a few months now. I went hardcore on these tips that I'm about to share with you for a month because I had a trip coming up and it worked. This is my 1 month transformation. Like these results, the before and after for me is crazy, but that just goes to show that these results are 100% possible in a month and a half. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, you need to be in a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit means that you're eating less calories than you burn on a daily basis. If you're not using a food scale to measure your food, I guarantee that you're eating more calories than you think you are. There is no amount of working out you can do to out-train a bad diet, and you need to be prioritizing high protein, and if you have hormone issues, higher fat as well. This is what made a big difference for me in correcting my hormones and being able to shed fat a lot faster. And what you're actually consuming, eating more whole foods is going to make a difference because that's easier on your body to digest compared to processed foods. You don't want to raise your cortisol anymore, which I'm going to get into later in this video. So buy a food scale, learn how to use it, but if you don't want to do that and drive yourself nuts to start, buy as many prepackaged foods as you can. Like obviously a protein shake, you're going to just have the protein shake. If it says a slice of bread is 120 calories, that's fine. You can listen to that. So try to be as accurate as possible with the calories. And I do have a website down below where I send weekly high protein recipes that you could start following. This is pretty much what I eat to correct my hormones and stay in a calorie deficit. And I love it. So that'll be down below if you want to sign up. But unfortunately, this is the most important thing that you need to do in order to lose weight. You can't out-train a bad diet. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to be able to shed weight. Now, the next big game changer for me that made all the difference in just a month is walking. Yes, walking. You may hear the 10,000 steps a day minimum, but I'm going to tell you that you need to be walking more than that. Trust me. If you want to see a significant amount of fat loss in your stomach, in your legs, wherever it is, you need to be walking more than that. The range you should really be trying to do is about 12 to 15,000 steps a day, which is about 2 hours of walking. And it is possible. This works so well, especially for someone with hormone imbalances like myself, because it doesn't raise your cortisol, your stress hormone. the more stress hormone you have in your body, the more you hang on to that stubborn belly fat. And that's what I couldn't change for years. That's why I plateaued and started trying a million different things to lose weight. So a little bit about my story. This is going to be such like the typical girl answer, but obviously I didn't want to just lose weight. I wanted to tone up my body and not have that skinny fat appearance. I've always really loved the way abs look, so I've always been trying to get abs. I was going to LA Fitness for years at this point, and of course I was only hitting legs every single day and not hitting any other body part pretty much. I've changed now, okay? I've learned. But obviously doing the same exact workout almost every day caused a plateau. So then I went ahead and I wanted to shock my body. So I tried CrossFit, and I absolutely love CrossFit. I still do CrossFit, but I realized it wasn't the best for my hormones because the workouts are too intense. And because they were too intense, they were making me too hungry. And ultimately, I couldn't stay in a calorie deficit. So I was gaining all of this muscle because CrossFit's great for gaining muscle, but I wasn't losing the fat on top of it very quickly because I was so hungry. So I just kept getting larger and stronger, but I wanted to be smaller and stronger. And I also realized people think that doing these like high intensity classes are great, but then if they don't move around the rest of the day, like if you just like sit at a desk job 9 to 5 and then you do 1 hour or 2 hours of fitness after work, that's still a lot of time that you're being sedentary and you could have been burning calories. And I realize now doing something more easy on my body, like walking, actually burns a lot more calories ultimately than 1 hour of intense fitness. So this is definitely a detrimental mistake that I made. You should be incorporating some kind of bodybuilding, some kind of strength training, but you have to also be including a lot of walking almost every day if you want to lose weight fast and get shredded for summer. Calorie deficit plus walking, that is the key, because I know a lot of people that walk a lot for work, but they always go, Maria, I don't lose any weight. I walk all the time. And obviously I know that it must be their diet then, because you can't have one without the other. You have to have both for this to work and work fast. And to wrap up this video, the last thing that I did to not only lose weight, but actually start losing those inches off of my waist and off of my legs like I've always wanted. Because again, I got a lot stronger doing CrossFit. I got a lot stronger being at the gym, but I wasn't shedding the fat on top of it. So I just kept getting larger and stronger instead of smaller. So the biggest thing that I did to actually lose inches off of my waist, as soon as I incorporated this, in 3 weeks I lost an inch. And then another month later I lost another 2 inches because I got better at it, is deep core work, Pilates. I pretty much did a 180 on CrossFit. I went from high intensity, hard powerlifting classes to Pilates and walking. Pilates makes your body feel good, but you still get that like burn, and it really teaches you how to engage your core properly, which I've never learned before. And then paired with walking, the fat melted off of my stomach. It really did. And the more Pilates classes I took, the better I learned how to engage my core, to engage that transverse abdominis, which is essentially your corset, and it sucks you in. It sucks your stomach in. That is a mistake that I made for years, and I feel like I've been running on a hamster wheel because of it, trying to lose weight and not knowing what I was doing wrong. And you don't need to start paying for a Pilates studio. You can literally just do the at-home workouts, but the point is you need to learn how to properly engage your core, and I can make another video on how to do that because I've learned now. But yeah, if you want to actually lose weight and lose inches off of your waist, you need to incorporate deep core work. You need to strengthen your core. There is a lot more that I can get into what I did to lose weight so quickly, but if you just do these 3 things, you will see a difference in a month. And if you listen to this very closely, the more closely you listen to this, the faster it will work. With my hormone issues, there are a few other things that I do to help me lose weight even faster, especially with this 1 month transformation that I'm showing you. But I didn't want to make this video too long. So I do have a link below for my weight loss Bible. And I also have a link for personal training and nutrition coaching if you're interested in that. Please share your weight loss journey. I'll write back to as many of you as possible if you want to share anything. If you learned anything from this video or you're having any issues, please comment below. I will answer your questions. And if you like this video and you learned anything at all, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys soon.